guys, we are gonna be reacting.
Lived an ordinary life, no different from other children. But without a father, her mother had a hard time. She worked 10 hours every day to earn a living for her daughter. She was employed sewing clothes, a labor that paid very little. She had no savings. Her house was inherited from her husband. But one day she received a job offer. She had an interview
What do you mean about a job offer?
and would finally be able to get the high salary she had dreamed of all these years. She immediately quit her old job that she hated so much. Soon her life would get better. But 4 days later, she gets a call. Something has changed, and now they don't need an employee. She tried to call her previous job, but it was already taken. Not having a job would mean she'd soon run out of money to pay her bills and food for herself and Susie.
No.
She tried to find some place to work, but everywhere either had no jobs or she didn't know how to do the job. Mummy Sheep realized that she had no savings left, but she was told on the phone that she could be hired in a week's time. She sold some unnecessary things to buy food and waited. And towards the end of that week, she received a call.
I used to find his channel and subscribe to him. He does good stuff.
She was told again that they could not provide a place to work. Mummy Sheep didn't get much sleep that day. She couldn't bear to think about what was going to happen next, but she was not allowed to drag her daughter into this. She began to eat less. Now she didn't buy expensive foods like eggs and sweets. At the same time, she looked for a job, but she couldn't find one. One day she went to the store, picked up some groceries, and the payment failed. But she'd already sold everything she could. And she remembered a thing that's valuable here. It's her wool. She rented a shaving machine and shaved off all the wool. It was enough wool to make one beautiful dress. She was able to sell it and got the money. It was a lot of money for her. Things made from animal products were very valuable here. The money would be enough to last her for weeks. However, a week went by, and someone decided to hire her to work as a cashier. She was overjoyed because now she would be able to get back to her normal life. But when she went for the interview, she was thrown out. No one wanted to hire her because of her appearance. No one liked the fact that she had no wool at all. So Mummy Sheep realized she had to wait for her hair to grow back. That could take a long time. She paid no water, electricity, gas, or heating bills. She ate only the cheapest food, but it didn't help. The money ran out, so she decided to shave her daughter. Susie Sheep resisted, but she had no choice. Her wool made a sweater. She quickly managed to sell it because it was already fall, the season for selling woolen goods. Susie had since stopped going out. She was embarrassed by her appearance. All she did was lie in bed and go out to eat occasionally. But over the past few days, the temperature has dropped rapidly. They stayed at home in the cold. The heating had not been turned on because of non-payment of bills. Because they had no wool, they were very cold. They had no warm blankets. Mummy Sheep had sold most of their belongings. But they tried not to get desperate. Until one day, Susie Sheep fell ill. She woke up and felt very tired. Chills and fever. Being in the constant cold was dangerous for a young body. And in addition to illness, she suffered from loneliness. Mummy Sheep bought medicine and found she was left with almost no money. Buying the medication was not part of her plans. She needed to change something urgently. Mummy Sheep waited until nightfall and left the house. She went to the supermarket. There was no one there at night. It was so cold that she was afraid of getting sick herself. She smashed the front glass door with a rock and went inside. She was scared. She had never stolen in her life. In their village, stealing was treated very strictly. She took some food, a blanket, and a toy she saw on the shelf. She reached home, covered Susie with the blanket, and went to sleep. In the morning, Susie got some delicious food and her new toy, which became her only friend for as long as she grew fur. Eventually, Mummy Sheep managed to find a job, and better times came for their family. But now the fear of being without food and sustenance will never leave them.
Alright, bye guys, see you in the next one.